welcome in. It's Boston. Has entered the chat. He's Travis Thomas. I'm George Balekji. How we doing today, team?
Let's play ball. I'm doing great. I got baseball on the brain because I'm thinking of Juan Soto.
It's a fun time right now.
I'm dreaming of Juan Soto. I need Juan Soto.
You want that Dominican party.
Oh, man, I need it. I don't want it. I need it. There are wants, and then there are needs. Juan Soto is under needs.
And wants.
And wants.
Honestly, give me both. Like,
I'm both.
You want it, and you need it. Give me both.
I told you, I love it when you talk Juan Soto to me, baby.
We'll be talking Juan Soto. We'll be talking some MLB baseball, including their golden bat rule. Yeah, that'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
As always, we give out our power rankings. And with Spotify Wrapped on the corner, around the corner, on the eve, actually dropping when this episode drops, Spotify Wraps should be out there.
Is that right?
Who do you think, like, what's going to be your most listened to? I know it's going to be for you. Kendrick, DVSN, Kendrick.
Not a bad guess, but I have a confession to make. And no, not Usher. These are my confessions. I'm a Pandora guy. I know.
I don't hate it.
I know.
Do you pay for it?
I don't.
You still deal with the commercials.
I listen to ads, the whole nine. I've been doing that since, when did Pandora come out? 99? I've been doing it since.
This explains the random stuff you sing every day you're in the office.
That's exactly
It's literally
right.
a different song.
My brain works like Pandora because I listen to Pandora. So every year people are like, who's in your rap? And I'm like, well, Pandora does the same thing. They call it something different. It's not as cool. So I usually can give you like my top 5.
Yeah.
But I'm not on Spotify.
Nothing beat growing up. Like, Pandora was big when I got my license, which shows how old you are.
That's what I'm saying. I kind of want to look up.
So got my license 2011.
Yeah, that
Spotify's
sounds right.
big. I'll be driving the boys around. You put on Pandora.
Yeah.
Like a little Mac Miller station.
Yeah.
And you always get the George always plays the best music. But then commercial came on, and I'm exposed. I'm like, this isn't my playlist.
All right,
that'd be the worst feeling.
Ready?
What?
January of the year 2000 is when Pandora's service.
Yeah, and it got big in the 2010s. You're just, the fact that Spotify, Apple Music,
stuck with it.
Amazon Prime all exist, where you could get your podcast. You go like, subscribe, download, rate, review. Boston's out of the chat.
See what he did there?
The fact that all of that exists and you still listen to Pandora.
Well, I think this says a lot about me, George. It says that I'm loyal, and I don't turn my back on those who I start with. That's why we're so tight.
I can't dispute that one bit.
Damn right.
All right, let's get to what's trending, because Pandora ain't one of those things.
It never will be.
You guys know we got 3 minutes each topic. Let's show the timer up on the screen. Big news for the Red Sox. Aroldis Chapman and the Red Sox reportedly agreeing on a 1-year deal, $10.75 million, pending a physical as of the moment of this recording.
I've seen so many people just like poo-pooing this move. The thing is, I get it. If this were the only move the Red Sox made this offseason, we know damn well this isn't the case. Why are people so uptight about this, George? I like the move. You need an arm. You need a lefty. The guy's got some, he's got some piss and vinegar there. He's got that dog in him. I like this move.
You know what it
there
is?
There isn't with it. He's got the dog in him, and
Let's
there's a
go
picture
with
of
the
him with
Sox
his
hat
dog.
on too. I know. Because all the excitement and it's all the talk about Soto, and it is with the reports too of saying, hey, Juan, we're not just adding you, brother.
Right.
We're going to add players.
Yes, player.
Serious players. You're like, all right, they're going to go out and get arms. And then you see almost $11 million go to Aroldis Chapman. I get it where people are like, what?
Yeah, there was some pushback.
It's like anything. You know what it is? It's when Marcus Smart was traded away and Malcolm Brogdon was still on the roster.
Right.
And everyone's like, what is going on
What's
here?
the plan here?
Why is this it? And it goes, wait. They're not done.
That's right.
Malcolm Brogdon will not be the guard moving forward. Then they deal Malcolm Brogdon, and now all of a sudden you look, you have Kristaps Porzingis, Andrew Holiday. That's what this is. It's the moves aren't done yet. It's the excitement and the craving for what everyone wants and what they need. And Juan Soto's not happening yet.
No, that's well said. And that's how I'm looking at it.
A good bullpen arm to add. We'll see what he is. He's going to be 37.
Lefty.
His velocity on his fastball was down. He's still a fast, like a four-seam heavy guy. But if he's a bullpen guy, not your go-to closer, because don't forget, like Lucas Giolito is still on the team.
That's right.
Then you see where Chapman falls in all this.
I'm fine with it. Like when when I first saw it, it was like, okay, if this is remember the trade deadline, we were left feeling like, oh man, we wanted a little bit more. If that's the case here, then okay, I get why people are bent out of shape.
Yeah.
But this is one move of many, we think, and certainly the biggest domino piece we all hope is Juan Soto.
Yeah.
And another arm. So if you add Chapman to that equation, then I love it. If you're just telling me it's Chapman only, well, there's more work to do.
Yeah.
But there is more work to do. And I love the analogy of the Celtics. I think that's a great point because I do remember that. And it's me. I was one of the people freaking out. Brogdon's like, all right, what the hell's going on? And then, as you said, they weren't done. Next thing you know, it's Drew Holiday, it's Porzingis. Boom, ring, baby.
Exactly.
So I'm with you.
Look, the bullpen needed to get better, too.
You needed arms. You needed bodies. It's fine. It's fine.
It's again, Lucas Giolito should be good.
You would hope.
This is a Brennan Bernardino replacement,
Yes.
which you live with.
I don't have a problem with it.
A guy, you said it, lefty, but also get away. Now the starters are heavy on sweepers, but you get away from all that and you go someone that throws velo.
That's right.
We'll see if the velocity could get back up. Had almost a 3.8 ERA last season, but K percentage, expected batting average, he's in the 99th percentile last season.
You heard that clock and that buzzer? That's what I hear every day waiting for Juan Soto, waiting for that shoe to drop. Once that drops, game on, baby. I don't give a damn who they sign between now and then. Just give me Juan!
So, more MLB news.
Oh.
When I say golden bat, what goes through your mind?
It sounds like golden bat. It sounds like a rock band, like a underground garage rock band. Golden bat.
Well,
they play a song like that.
Rob Manfred's thinking of this, but not in like a home run derby. Quote from Manfred, there was a little buzz around at the owners' meeting, was the idea of a golden at-bat rule. And this would be, we don't know what the rule is yet. A team can basically choose one at-bat every game to send their best hitter to the plate, even if it's not that hitter's turn in the lineup.
Okay.
Major League Baseball, in an actual game that counts, wants this rule.
Don't set this up like this.
This is stuff that I try in my beer league softball games. Mike, you're not. Get up. I'm up. No, you up. You're up. The bases are loaded. Mike's our standout shortstop, by the way. Hits bombs. That's the stuff you try in a beer league softball game, and you get caught. You're literally taking beer league softball and bringing it to MLB.
Why are you hating on this?
Because it's stupid.
No, it's not.
Part of what makes baseball great, too, is in those moments, and it's the strategy around it with pinch hitters and shifting your lineup and pinch runners.
Oh, yeah, those people said
golden at bat.
Those people said the pitch clock wouldn't work, and it worked great.
All right, hold on. I was never anti.
Great.
This is literally like the drama that builds, and when your team's in a great position, because let's say you got Juan Soto out the inning before, you got through the meat of the lineup, you got through the heavy hitters,
and now
you go, great, we're in his spot.
Right.
There's 6, 7, 8 hitters are up.
Yeah.
And you get out of that, and then it goes, hey, golden bat, golden card, Juan, get up here. And then he hits a nuke, and your season's over.
That's why I love it.
No.
Yes, because I can hear a Jim Ross-like broadcast. Like, oh, my God, it's Juan Soto. He's back.
You're penalizing the pitcher for doing their damn
job. You definitely are. But you know what else penalizes the pitcher? The pitch clock. Like, I like that baseball's willing to change. They say, you know what? The shift is boring ass. Get rid of it. Put a man on second in extra innings. Get the pitch clock. Let's speed these games up. And voila, what do you know? Oh, what a kawinky dink. The ratings are up. Interest in baseball's up. Young kids love baseball.
Do they?
I mean, this is great. I don't think it's going to happen, to George's point. But, I mean, you call me an old head for liking Pandora. You're talking like an old head, like a purist. Like, you can't have this in the game of baseball. Sure you can. It would work. It would be awesome. I would love the high drama late in the game to just bring back whoever. You know what? Get Aaron Judge out here. What? That's awesome.
0-0 game in the third.
Oh.
Okay. Your team is going against, let's say, Max Fried, who's dealing.
Okay. He's dealing.
Bases are loaded.
Yeah.
Do you play the card right there?
Absolutely. That's the point.
You don't save it for the ninth.
No.
That's where it could get fun.
That's where it could get fun.
You know, be a good one, too? Instead of golden at bat, the golden ball.
Oh, see, now you're thinking.
Where you're but again, this helps a hitting team. You pick one person out of the stance. Come on, pitch, one at bat.
See what you're doing?
You want to talk ish? Let's see what you got, buddy.
How much fun is that? That's fun.
Give me a golden muzzle. You put it on the umps, and you can just tee off on them.
I think our producer just put a golden muzzle on you.
He did.
Nice job, Brendo.
All right, so Aziz Al-Shaair suspended 3 games for his dirty hit on Trevor Lawrence. He's appealing the suspension, which makes sense.
I mean, he's going to lose.
But then the VP of NFL, John Runyon Sr., he tweeted out or said this quote. You see Ian Rappaport there. Quote, "Your lack of sportsmanship and respect for the game of football and all those who play, coach, and enjoy watching it is troubling and does not reflect the core values of the NFL." And this is after he knocked Trevor Lawrence out of the game. He's being suspended. What's great is that, like, John Runyon Sr. says this, your lack of sportsmanship and respect for the game of football and all those who play. Then there was a clip of him when he was a lineman with the Eagles.
Course.
Literally, end of a play, pretty much done. Leaping over a pile, spearing a linebacker, leading with the crown of his helmet into the chest. Guy gets hurt.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I actually thought with the Trevor Lawrence hit. Not to say it wasn't dirty, but that was a every week occurrence in the NFL forever. I mean, Tom Brady got blasted, okay? He didn't get hit often because he got rid of the ball and he had a good offensive line for the most part his entire time with the Patriots. But there were plays, old school Brady, he would take off the run and guys would knock his head off. I mean, there's a famous clip of him getting literally his helmet knocked off and it rolls 30 yards down the field. He gets up and keeps playing. All of us of a certain age know damn well what football used to look like compared to now.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it is as simple as this. And Runyon, too. You make a great point. Runyon has a lot of nerve. Michael Strahan used to own him, by the way. I mean, look up the stats. Strahan on Runyon. He got half of those damn career sacks on him. But, you know, listen, this is just a new age NFL. It is what it is, George. And you and I talked about this off air, and I'll gladly say it here, which is I watched a lot of great players get run out of this league. From James Harrison, from Vontaze Burfict, there's a ton of guys who played that physical, old school brand of football when football was changing to what it is now and morphing to what it is now. And the league got rid of them. They're not going to say that. The league will never say they got rid of Colin Kaepernick either, but we know what happened. It's the same thing. They phase those guys out. And now this dude is a throwback. Not saying it wasn't dirty, but this guy is playing old school football. They're going to get him out of this league too. He's not even half as talented as those players I just named who they blackballed out of this league.
Burfict was like substantially dirty. Aziz Al-Shaair. My solution to this, though, is that like with the late slides that quarterbacks do, instead of spotting the ball where they begin to slide, spot it where they end the slide.
Fair.
And then you'll have quarterbacks not pushing the envelope as much to go further. Because if he slides earlier, not as close to contact, and it's spotted where he ends up on the slide, you won't have this bang-bang play of late slide while a player's already going in for a hit. Was it dirty? Yes. But there has to be more than just penalizing defensive player in all this.
Listen, that's another thing here is Trevor Lawrence in this league, you know, you just got to give yourself up. You just have to give yourself up. I'm not making any excuses here. It was a dirty hit.
Yeah.
But, bro, like these guys now on defense are trained to not hit you. Just get the hell down. Just get down.
I got to watch it one more time. I know the timer ran, and then our producer's going to murder me. But
well, he gave you that golden muzzle.
It's also great. John Runyon, too, by the way.
You're pushing it here. He gave you the golden muzzle. Now he's really going to rage out on you.
John Runyon, he ran for Congress in New Jersey. Oh, yeah, that was dirty. That was dirty. I got to refresh it. Well, then it was also like, buddy, you're late on your property tax payments, and you have 2 lawsuits against you.
No.
Surprised he's a hypocrite.
See, you can't throw stones when you live in a glass house.
But then he was also smart because he got a tax break on his farm.
Oh.
Because he had sold firewood and he raised miniature donkeys.
Come on.
I would do that. If I get a tax break on my property taxes, I'll turn it into a farm.
Are miniature donkeys called little asses? Moving on. You want to hit the buzzer again, anyone?
No, don't do it.
Not an ass like a donkey, but a little ass.
I hate you. Hey, you want more? You want to join the conversation? Make sure to tweet at us using the hashtag NessonChat or email the chat at Nesson.com. The chat at Nesson.com to join the chat. Boston is in the chat, available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever else podcasts are found. That's Boston is in the chat, hashtag NessonChat. Or email us, the chat at Nesson.com. Anything you want, sports, anything life advice.
Boy, I tell you, this program, I got real tears.
That was good timing.
That was great.
That was like, don't do it. No, don't.
That
helpless.
buzzer is so aggressive, man.
I think that buzzer,
Oh,
like my top 3 enemies in life, is street cleaning in Boston, especially with a $90 ticket. There's one person in Charlestown that purposely, and it drives me up a wall.
What?
Charlestown's all about being respectful on how you park.
Yeah.
This one person that drives a white Audi, I don't care, I'll expose them.
Oh, they got money.
They park and they leave like 4 feet in the front and back. Like they know how far they are from the end of the street. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's messed
Do
up.
not do that.
That's messed up.
That person's my sworn enemy, and that buzzer.
Yeah, that's messed
street
up.
cleaning, bad parking in the city, and that buzzer.
I mean, if you're that concerned about your bumpers,
Get a bumper guard.
Get a bumper guard or don't live there. How's that sound? Move. Go somewhere else. Go to the burbs. Get yourself a nice driveway. Maybe a 2-car garage. You don't go there and you don't do that, white Audi driver. Shame on you.
I left them notes.
Good. I hope they were stern.
No, they wrote back. So I messed up my grammar on it. I'm like, your parking is affecting all of us.
Would you?
I put you are instead of your. And they responded with like, no, it's grammar, yada, yada. So I took the note they responded. I go, the only thing worse than my grammar is your underlined proper grammar parking. And I put it back on their windshield.
Nice. They had no response to that?
Dude, no. Oh, I'm mad now. So let's get the power rankings.
Yeah, let's. Power rankings will work it out. There it is.
Working on that.
Let's go 6 through 10.
Who's your 10?
Commanders. Now,
Interesting.
let me preface my comments by saying I have argued with George countless programs about the greatness of rookie Bo Nix and how much I love Sean Payton as coach. I almost put the Broncos here at 10.
2 weeks in a row, you're snubbing them.
I snubbed them again. You know why?
Huh, interesting.
As much as I love Bo Nix and Sean Payton as a combo, I love Jaden Daniels better. I just do. And I think that's a difference. I think his dynamic playmaking makes the Commanders a much more dangerous team in a much more wide open-ish NFC. So I'm going to go Commanders at 10 here. I know it hasn't been pretty lately, but they blew the hell out of the Titans, which they needed. I think they get back on track here, finish the season strong. Not only do I like the Commanders here for my 10 spot, but I think they're going to be a tough out in the postseason because that's where they're headed as a wild card.
I don't mind the Commanders at 10.
Okay.
I like it. I went Chargers at 10. I have the Commanders just out.
Okay.
Look, the Chargers won with only 180 yards, 187 total yards of offense.
Yeah.
Now, is washed Kirk Cousins helping them out a ton? Yes. But like to barely have your offense functioning, losing J.K. Dobbins, how good this defense is. The Falcons' offensive attack is good. I'm not going to say great.
Yeah.
But to pull off a win in that way, and also for them to be 8-4 on the year,
right?
It's good. You know, this is a great stat. You'll love this. So Ladd McConkey is second in the NFL the last 3 weeks with 323 receiving yards. The Patriots wide receivers the last 3 weeks combined, all their receivers that have played in a game the last 3 weeks, 367 receiving yards.
Wow.
On 28 catches, Ladd's doing 323 on 21 catches. Jalen Polk, by the way, over the last 3 weeks, 3 targets. That's it.
Ugh.
Remember, the Patriots.
3 targets.
Yeah, 3 targets, not catches, targets. The Patriots could have taken Ladd McConkey at 34. Instead, they traded back. Ladd was taken at 34 by the Chargers, and they took Jalen Polk at 37.
Man, wow.
Who's your 9 team?
I'm going Chargers for everything you said. I'll just add this. Jim Harbaugh teams win in December. And I know the Chargers generally choke down the stretch, and I'm looking at their schedule. They're going to prove to you that Jim Harbaugh teams finish strong, and that's going to rise above the brand that is the Chargers choking. You go to Arrowhead Sunday night. Good luck with that. That's an L, okay? We can all admit that.
I don't know.
Well, maybe.
I don't know.
But I'm going to say that's an L. Home against Tampa, home against Denver. You come here to New England, and you go to Vegas to end it. I mean, listen, if you're at 500 at worst for those games, and I think they'll be better than that, you're a playoff team. I think Jim Harbaugh's Chargers will finish the season strong. I do not believe they have the horses yet. I know you like Ladd McConkey. So do I. I still don't think they have the horses yet to go on a deep playoff run, but that's coming too. They'll add players in off seasons to come. This iteration of Jim Harbaugh's Chargers will just finish strong. That's a win for that franchise. Chargers will be in the postseason. They're my 9 team.
I went Broncos at 9.
Wow.
Yeah, Broncos were 10 last week. I put them at 9. Look, you beat the Browns 41-32, and it's thanks to 2 Jameis Winston pick sixes.
Yeah.
But, like, Bo Nix with his 2 interceptions were the first over his last 4 games. And I talked last week on how he's made the big jump in his game. Yeah. His touchdown, too.
Yeah.
Like 45 air yards on the dot down the seam.
Yeah.
He doesn't make those passes.
Never.
But he can. He just has to consistently be accurate attacking downfield.
Yep.
But it's how good Nick Bonito is for that defense. And his pick six aside, it's him as a pass rusher. It's how good Pat Surtain is. And for this Broncos team, again, to just consistently be winning, they're a 3-game win streak right now. The defense is one of the best in the league. The offense is waking up. Jerry Jeudy. So Ladd McConkey's second in the NFL the last 3 weeks in receiving yards.
Yes.
Jerry Jeudy's number 1 with over 560. He went off again. But it's just how good. I'm sorry. No, Jerry Jeudy went off for the Browns, obviously. But it's how good Bo Nix has been. It's how good Cortland Sutton has been.
Yes.
And just they're winning with defense. Sean Payton in that system is showing. It's a literal display of how important structure and system is for a rookie quarterback. We see with Jaden Daniels. We see it with Bo Nix. We see no structure, what it does to a Caleb Williams and what it does to Drake May. Bo Nix, Sean Payton have been tremendous to me.
You know, no one's going to talk about this, but the AFC West now, I think we're going to learn a lot more about Patrick Mahomes' legacy.
It's nuts there.
Because you have Harbaugh and Herbert now in L.A., obviously you have Sean Payton and Bo Nix in Denver.
No more Nathaniel Hackett's, no more Anthony Lynn's or Brandon Staley's.
And by the way, those combos of those head coaches and those quarterbacks feel like a decade. Like those should stay together a decade.
That's a good call.
So it's going to be against Patrick Mahomes, and then we'll see what happens with Vegas. Don't sleep on Shadur and Prime. All of a sudden, what in AFC West? See what I did there?
That's kind of like the AFC North is Burrow, Lamar.
Right. That's right.
It's now going to be that. It could be that.
In the West.
Wow. Good call. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, bro.
Enjoy those days with Nathaniel Hackett. Yeah, we'll just kick a 67 million-yard field goal.
That's a long field
Keep
goal.
all our timeouts.
Even Gerard Mayo said, damn, that's long.
That's long. Who's your A team?
I'm going Ravens.
Me too.
This is the highest on the list. Right. Yeah. This is the lowest on the list. I've had them all year.
Same.
At 8.
I was like, do I put them 8? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just concerned with them losing games at home. There was once upon a time you could pencil it in. Ravens at home. Oh yeah. Now when you got to the playoffs, all bets were off. But regular season, Ravens at home, big crab cake, forget about it. Now there's no shame in losing to the Eagles.
Yeah.
But it's just the continuation. It's another home loss for the Ravens. I'm like, something's not right there. In the end, you do have Lamar Jackson. You do have Derrick Henry. You're now going into a bye pissed off. I feel like you're going to see a Ravens team coming out of that bye that's just going to beat the hell out of people. They come out of the bye. They go to Jersey and play the Giants. We know how that's going to end.
Yeah.
Home against the Steelers. Go to Houston. You end the season home against Cleveland. So
That's
I think
a tough stretch.
I don't think it is. I think
the last 3 games.
Pittsburgh at home is always tough. I think you're going to beat the hell out of the Giants. I would take them right now to go into Houston and win that game, and then they're going to beat the hell out of Jameis in Cleveland.
So it's Giants, Pitt, Steelers,
Giants,
Houston,
Steelers at home,
Cleveland.
at Houston, home, Cleveland. Yep.
Home against Cleveland.
Yep. They're going to mop all those teams.
I would go over in every single game except the Steelers matchup. The Giants in that defense stinks.
I would go over, and I would say they're going to win all those games.
Texans is in a dome.
Steelers. And they could
Two
beat
questionable
the Steelers.
defenses.
Yeah.
And then the Browns, Jameis, he's still through for he set the single game record in Browns history for passing yards in a game.
That's what I'm saying. I have them 8 here, but I'm not panicked.
And that Browns defense is tougher. I'm kind of panicked. My reason for I had this was the number 3 team for me.
I know.
I think a week or two ago.
Me too.
I dropped them to 8 because you see how this offense bottoms out against good defenses. Yep. 16 points against the Steelers. Yep. Really, it should have been. They finished 19 against the Eagles, but a garbage time touchdown to Isaiah Likely.
Yep.
But they put up 41 on the Broncos. I don't know. This team's up and down. I am worried. I have them at 8. 7, I have the Steelers. Beat the Bengals in a shootout, 44-38. Russell, 414 yards, 3 touchdowns, 520 total net yards. You have Mike Tomlin dancing with Najee Harris in the locker room after the game.
Yep.
Nick Herbig, Keanu Benton, TJ Watt. This defense is still so good. I still like the Steelers team. I need to be consistent, but I still like the Steelers team.
They're tough, man. Russell Wilson's balling too.
Yeah.
Didn't think I'd say that.
It's who do you have at 7 for you?
I'm going Packers. Jordan Love has arrived. You and I have broke this down. They're always in our top 10 power ranking somewhere. But you and I have been saying for weeks now, we're just waiting for Jordan Love to show up. And the last few weeks we've said, okay, let's see if it sticks. It sticks. I think Jordan Love's here. He's arrived this season. He's healthy. He's ready to go. He's playing great. And I'll be honest. I'm not predicting it's going to happen. But if this team beats Detroit on Thursday, George, we got to start having different conversations. Because it's been whispers, hey, maybe the Packers are a sleeper team in the NFC. You started that whisper.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe if they beat Detroit, George, on Thursday, not only could they be a real player in the NFC and the whispers get louder for the Super Bowl, is it crazy to think they come back and win that division? Is it crazy to think all of a sudden we're talking about different one seeds here and Philly's a one, or maybe the Packers get – I'm just saying, not saying they're going to win on Thursday, but we're seeing the Lions get tested a little bit lately, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Defense keeps getting banged up for the Lions, which worries me.
Something to keep your eye on is all I'm saying. Just something to keep your eye on.
Detroit was up on Green Bay 24-3 in Green Bay.
Just saying.
I have the Packers at 6, so one spot ahead of you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just saying. Keep your eye on. That's all I'm saying is just put it on your radar.
Packers are 9-3. Vikings have 2 losses. No one's beat the Lions. Look, they beat the ish out of the Dolphins 30-17. Miami was never in that game. They've won 3 in a row.
Yep.
This offense is great. The defense turns the ball over. And it was with Josh Jacobs just being dominant on the ground game again. Mm-hmm. I just love what this Packers defense does. Can Jordan Love be smart with the football? Yeah. If that's a yes, can you run the ball? Yes. Does your defense force turnovers? Yes. Can Jordan Love be smart? If you check yes on all 3, the ceiling is really high on this team.
Yes. Coaching, LaFleur. I'm just telling you.
Hey, if you enjoy football talk, Foxborough Rush. Catch new episodes every Monday for game reactions, Wednesday for draft talk. Fridays, we're joined by former NFL exec Michael Lombardi. That's Foxborough Rush, available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and on Twitch and Facebook as well. You can watch on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, or wherever else you get your podcasts. Did I get your 6 team?
No, I can give it to you now.
Be nice now. Go ahead.
I'm going Vikings. Now, I just talked about the Packers and how I think they could be a Super Bowl team and how they could possibly beat Detroit, on a big stage on Thursday Night Football. And I have the Vikings in front of them only because the Vikings beat the Packers head-to-head, A. B, listen, you look up, this team's 10-2, man. Do I trust the Packers more big picture? Hell yes. I do not believe the Vikings are a Super Bowl team like I just talked about potentially the Packers could be. But again, you beat the Packers head-to-head. Sam Darnold's making it do what it do. I am off that hater train. Him and Russell Wilson, I had to jump off the hater train. And now I'm not on the train. I didn't quite go that full bandwagon, but I'm on the side being like, that train's great. And I was wrong about that.
That's a party.
That's a great train, and I was wrong about it. It is a party on there. I think they will be a tough out in the playoffs. I don't see some big picture Cinderella run for them. In fact, once wild card weekend hits, I think the slipper could come off, but they're going to be a tough out. And they may win a playoff game. But big picture, I trust the Pack more. But right now, at 10-2, what the hell am I supposed to say? The Vikings are number 6 on my list. I got them ahead of the Pack.
You ever see the movie 3:10 to Yuma?
Yeah.
Good movie.
It's a good movie.
Love Westerns.
Yeah, me
Christian
too.
Bale's great in Westerns. You know who you are? You're Ben Wade.
Yeah. You're
All
right.
right, spoiler. I think it came out in 2007.
That's so old. It's a great movie, though.
You're reluctantly getting on the train, but you know it's the right thing to do.
Yes.
That's who you are. You know what? If I go to prison, this guy gets money to save his family, I'll do it.
Favorite Western movie of all time, Tombstone for me. Love
Never seen Tombstone.
Oh, so good.
Hostiles, again, with Christian Bale's really good.
Yep.
The Harder They Fall.
Very good.
I love it because it's hip-hop meets Western.
Yep.
So I would say I'm not great on Westerns. Django Unchained was great.
That was very good.
But I'll go The Harder They Fall, I think.
You should check out Tombstone.
Okay, what
and then
else?
you should check out Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood. It's like
How old is that?
like a 90s.
Okay.
Classic.
I watched 3:10 to Yuma the first time the other week. Absolutely loved it.
It's really good.
Christian Bale is really good in Westerns. Too.
Kevin Costner's mean in Westerns too, bro. Check out, I can't think of the name of it. It's so good. Open Range, I think it was called.
Next
Kevin
time
Costner.
we're doing a Mount Rushmore, we're going to do Mount Rushmore of Westerns.
Well,
movie Mount Rushmore.
So my dad's a big Western movie fan,
nice.
and I hated him as a kid because he always had them on.
They're cool.
But then now that I'm an old head, I'm turning into my dad, and I watch them.
Take me to another time. That's what I need. I need the fiction part of like the Western.
Yeah.
I think it'd be such a cool place to live.
Oh,
like a time.
All right, we got our Halloween costume for next year. Come on, baby.
What am I, Christian Bale with one leg?
I mean, you can be whoever you
Should
want.
be a cowboy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what we do.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You heard it here first. A year and some change in advance.
What's your cowboy name? Big Tex?
Oh, I got to think about it.
I could talk like that the whole time.
Oh, you sure could. You love doing
What's
that.
up, y'all?
Your cowboy name's going to be Golden Muzzle because that's what Brendan's going to do to you.
I have Vikings at 5, one spot
All right.
ahead of you.
Yeah, but I'm not arguing that. I get it.
And again, I pointed out prior, Sam Darnold's a big winner just the last 3 weeks. He hit rock bottom and he came back up.
Facts.
Over 800 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, almost 9 yards an attempt his last 3 games. 9 yards an attempt is the threshold of that's an explosive quarterback.
That's right.
Throwing downfield. First time in his career he's come back from a deficit and won a game when trailing in the fourth quarter.
That's right.
First time. Hey, all you need is first. All you need is one.
That's right.
And he's done this against good secondaries. He's done this against the Bears, who have a top 10 defense in the league. Have your opinions on how it's run as a team and the offense. But he's done it against good competition. And that's where this Lions team is too good. But just how competitive the damn NFC North is insane. 11-1. You have a 1-loss, 2-loss, 3-loss. That's the order for the 3 top teams.
Yeah.
It's the NFC. And then you have the Eagles on the outside looking in. The NFC is going to be a gauntlet to get through. The Packers, what they have on both sides of the ball. The Vikings with this defense. The Lions are the Lions. And now the Eagles have been the best team in the NFL lately. Who do you got at 5?
We're in for a real treat for the playoffs for both NFC and AFC because I'm going Steelers at 5.
Wow.
And the reason I bring up the AFC playoff race, you and I talked about this bet a while ago, but I don't think it's the worst bet to have the Steelers winning the AFC at 10-1. I really don't. And look, they have that sort of formula where they can kind of beat you in any way you want it. Najee Harris, what they want to do is run the ball down your face with Najee Harris, right? Big plays to Pickens, and then the defense brings it home. That's what they want. And that's the Steelers brand anyways. But from what I'm watching with Russ, man, I mean, last week was insane. 400 yards, couple touchies. This guy's unbelievable right now. He's looking like shades of prime Seattle Russ. I couldn't have been more wrong on this. Mike Tomlin deserves all the credit in the world. I think Mike Tomlin deserves Coach of the Year. This is crazy what Russell Wilson is doing in that offense. And this is coming – no one talks about this. The only reason I always bring this up is because how wrong I was. Justin Fields was playing well for that team. Tomlin's like, nope, I want Russ. And I thought it would torpedo them.
You did say, you're this can torpedo this season.
I thought it would torpedo this season, and it was absolutely the right move.
Yep.
And it's the reason I bring up how crazy the postseason will be in the NF and the AFC, because the Steelers could absolutely go into Buffalo, go into Kansas City. Maybe they're at home. We don't know anything with these seedings. They could end up the one. I think the Steelers are a bona fide Super Bowl team. They're my 5 seed and climbing. Every week I move them up. They're at 5 now.
It's a Bills or the Chiefs to me out of the AFC.
Bro, if Russell Wilson.
They check the boxes.
Yes.
Defense, run game.
The way he's playing right now.
Win at the line of scrimmage.
The way he's playing currently.
If it can
Russell
be
Wilson could come into your building and beat you in the playoffs.
Again, keep in mind, though, his best game of the season.
I think it was last week.
That was against the Bengals.
Yes.
Bad defense.
But the numbers were insane, George. He put up video game Madden
400, 3-1.
Insane.
Yeah, nuts. 4 spot for me, Chiefs.
Yeah, same.
I didn't think I would have them outside the top 3. And they're coming off a win against the Raiders.
Same.
Look, they're falling down the power rankings. Their both offensive tackles absolutely stink. Their defense isn't as good as it was last season.
Yeah.
And I've said it, I've watched this offense look bad for 17 weeks, 17 games last year, and they won a Super Bowl.
Right.
So I kept saying, I saw it it wasn't this bad.
Yeah.
And let's face it, too. Antonio Pierce bailed out the Chiefs twice. The first time is he calls a timeout before the 58-yard field goal attempt. And that gives the Chiefs a ball on their own 48. First off, you're calling a timeout. Dude, what are you doing?
Right.
Why are you burning the timeout there? Because then there is still a 2-minute warning left and 2 timeouts. But you call timeout, then you attempt a field goal. punt the ball. I understand you're on the 40, but punt it and set up Patrick Mahomes inside the 5 or the 10 or the 15 and give him a longer. When Dan Carlson missed on 56 and 55. So at 58 yards, you're like, yeah, let's kick this. It did not make any sense what he was doing.
It didn't.
And again, you go back to such a weird play where the snap came early, but there was a neutral zone in front,
That's right.
or actually a false start. The play should have been blown dead.
Yep.
I don't know. The Raiders bailed the Chiefs out so hard. They should have lost this game.
Look, I won't waste a lot of time here because I have the Chiefs 4th as well. The only thing I would maybe add here, it's just that, man, this team is capable of just flipping a switch. It just is what it is. I hate saying that. It feels like such a lazy take and a cop-out. But I've watched them all year just like all of you have. They literally can flip a switch. It is the ugliest game you've ever seen. And when it's winning time, they win. It's simple as that. Let's do this quickly. Make a mental note when I go through their remaining schedule and tell me how many games they're going to lose out of these. They get the Chargers in Arrowhead. They go to the dog pound against Cleveland. They get the Texans at home. They go to Pittsburgh. And then they end the season in Denver. How many losses?
3.
3 losses?
Chargers.
Yikes. All right.
Chargers, Broncos at the end.
Wow.
And then what was the game? And Pittsburgh. Where's Pittsburgh?
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen, we're going to...
These tackles stink.
They do. If you're right... So the only reason I went there, if
they
lose
3 games, they have 4 losses.
That's what I'm saying.
They bump out to oh, man. And they lose to the Broncos at the end.
Same page. That's why I asked. Because not that they can't go on the road and win. We've seen that. But I think this team in particular would really benefit from being at Arrowhead. And if they have to go on the road the way they're playing, they ain't three-peating.
And I point to the offensive line. Losses against the Chargers, good D-line.
Yeah.
Steelers, great defensive line.
That's
Broncos, great defense all around. A man defense with a great defensive line.
Just saying.
There's no flow with this offense at all. We have them both at 4 nuts. All right. You have it at 3.
Let's get in the top 3.
I have Bills at 3.
Okay, I have the Eagles at 3. Saquon, dark horse MVP. We talk about it all the time. You were the first to it. This guy, I've been picking against the Eagles all year. What an idiot I am. But one of the reasons I've been doing it is because something still feels off about Jalen Hurts in the pocket in particular. But, man, with Saquon doing what he's doing, it takes the pressure off Jalen Hurts. And he's playing very loose. He is playing well. The Eagles, man, I'm starting to really – maybe it's because I have this ticket and you know I've been nervous all year having a Lions Super Bowl ticket. I'm starting to feel like the damn Eagles are going to win the NFC. And it's all because of Saquon Barkley and that defense.
What's the Eagles' remaining schedule if you're going to say they win the NFC? This is how it has to go. Like, yes, they have the makeup they can. Yeah. It's only a 2-loss team.
Yeah.
But I don't see them – I just can't see the Lions faltering. You're pulling up the Eagles' schedule?
Yeah.
Let me pull up the Lions' schedule. All right, what's the Eagles' schedule?
Well, wait, who's your 3rd?
My 3
Lions?
Is the Bills.
Oh, you have Bills.
Look, Josh Allen's dominant. This defense, it's Greg Russo, and it's more than Josh Allen. It's Greg Russo, Teron Johnson, Christian Bedford, Taylor Rapp. Like the D-line coming along, good secondary, what should have been a rebuild.
Yeah.
But they went at the line of scrimmage, and Josh Allen's playing out of his mind. And with him, you can win every game. But this is how highly I think of the Eagles and the Lions. But I want to stick. So you think Eagles can win the NFC?
I think, yeah, of course. What do you mean? I mean, of course they can.
Lions have Green Bay and Buffalo at home.
All right.
I think they beat both those teams. In Chicago, they beat Chicago. At San Francisco, warm weather, they win that.
Man.
Versus Minnesota.
You're giving a lot of wins that I don't.
Maybe they lose one game and they finish 15-2.
All right, now the Eagles have a much easier road. Carolina at home. We know how that's going to go. Pittsburgh at home. Coin flip.
Yeah.
Go to Washington. I like Philly.
They went.
Even though I just told you the Commanders are a playoff team, I like Philly in that game. Home against Dallas. We know how that's going to go. Home against the Giants. They could be the 1 seed in the NFC, and I don't think that's a hot take.
Lions. So good
the
point.
Eagles, I'm saying, could be the 1 seed in the NFC.
Now, so the Lions playing Green Bay, Buffalo, and Minnesota.
Right.
They can only afford to lose one game,
and they're injured.
Yeah.
Bro. Look, at 2, I have the Lions. I like that they're being tested now. I think that's a good teachable moment, coachable moment for Dan Campbell and his staff is like, look, guys, like we are a juggernaut, but this is December. This is January. Like all the chips are going to be on the table here. And we have some injuries. We have some issues. We got to work through this. It's good we're facing some adversity now before we get to the postseason. Mm-hmm. So I actually like the fact that the Lions are facing a little bit of struggle and being tested now. At the end of the day, though, I do think Philly's going to end up with that 1 seed. And I think it's going to be a problem for Detroit once it comes down to it. But right now I have the Lions, too.
I have Philly at 2. It's the way they beat Baltimore. They controlled the game. Their defense played fantastic. It's Cooper DeJean. Yeah. And then it's their quality wins over good teams. I'm not going to say great, but like how they dominated the Rams,
sure,
how they outlasted the Commanders. And even like early in the year working through the kinks in this team and how they fluctuated, they were just so dialed in on defense. And Saquon has been so damn good that if you can run the ball, and what they did when beating Baltimore, like no Devontae Smith either, and that like when this team is healthy, I think I've said it before, that the Eagles on paper, that's the most talented roster in the NFL.
You have, yeah.
I think the Eagles have a more talented roster than the Lions.
I agree.
The Lions have just been humming on offense.
Yeah.
And I do trust their quarterback more, which is crazy to say. But this Eagles team is rolling. I have them at 2. You have the Bills at 2.
No.
Who do you have at 2? Detroit.
I have the Lions at 2.
You have the Bills at 1?
I have the Bills at 1. I think you're missing the ball on this. I think it is so obvious. When I watch all these teams now, particularly, let's just stick with that AFC, because the Lions and Eagles, they'll sort it out. But in the AFC, George, I think you're missing the. I think you have a blind spot. They already beat the Chiefs head-to-head, so let's just table that on the side. Josh Allen's going to be the MVP, even though we both like what Saquon's doing. Josh Allen's the MVP of this league.
Yeah.
James Cook is cooking. I told you this earlier this season when they started winning games and I was seeing James Cook doing his thing. I was like, they actually finally got a running game now for Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. Back then, I thought, well, but not having that stud wide receiver or two is going to really catch up with them now, later in the season, is what I was thinking then. When I watch them now, Josh Allen's so damn good, just not having drama at wide receiver is all he needed, really. He has a sustainable, solid running game with home run hitting ability in James Cook. Mm-hmm. No, drama at wide receiver. It's not the best wide receiver you've ever seen, but if you get open, he's going to get you. Look, they have we saw that snow game. They have a real home field advantage. If that team can get home field throughout this season in these playoffs, they are going to the Super Bowl, and they may win this damn thing. I believe in this Bills team. I think you have a blind spot here. San Francisco looked, lost. And I don't want to hear the injuries. They could have been 100%. They had no shot in that game. Meanwhile, Josh Allen is doing snow angels. The Bills are the real deal. They're my number 1 team. I think this could be their year finally.
They're the number 1 team in the AFC for sure, but they're not the number 1 team in the NFL. It's the NFC. Lions or Eagles. It's a Lions for me. They're the best team.
If the Lions have home field in the NFC playoffs, they're going to Super Bowl. I think we agree.
Yeah, and then it's
if
neutral.
The Eagles have home field in the NFC, I'm betting on the Eagles.
Jared Goff can play outdoors now, but I get it, though. The home field matters in Philly and Detroit. Oh, yeah. Home field matters. It swings a game. Hey, the NBA season is here, and the big question is, will the Celtics repeat and claim banner 19? You can find everything about the NBA, its culture, on Nesson's Basketball Podcast. Hold My Banner, available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and wherever else podcasts are found. So, Trav, I know you're an old head. I love you.
Pandora, baby.
Do you know what Spotify Wrapped is?
Of course.
What is it?
It's like it tells you your top albums and artists, and of course.
There we go.
I'm not born under a rock. I'm just a Pandora dude. Pandora does the same thing, just more ghetto. It just says, here is Pandora a sponsor. Anyone? No? Okay, great. It's just more ghetto. What they do is they say, here's your top 5 most listened to artists of the year, and that's it. Spotify does it cool. Yeah. They give you artists. They give you songs. There's a cool little montage put together for you. I get it. I know what it is.
Sirius XM owns Pandora, by the way. I was wondering. I'm re-downloading Pandora too. I want to see if I log into my old thing, like what my.
I bet it will. You know why? It's trusty.
So Spotify Wrapped is going up, and you're going to see it all over Instagram stories. Yeah. You're going to see it on people. Someone like me, I had the variance of, I'm not going to say I'm proud with my Spotify Wrapped, but I'll own it. Bad Bunny.
Oh.
Big Sean.
Oh.
Rake, but started with a D. I don't want to say his name.
Got it.
Kendrick and J. Cole.
All right.
Right?
Would you say J. Cole so freely? Interesting.
Don't.
I'm just saying.
He respects the game.
Is that what that was?
He does. All right. So let's go with Boston sports. Wrapped.
Oh.
So let's start with, as it's going to go, like I named top 5 artists. Who do you say are the top 5 Boston sports athletes?
All right, let's do this together.
Cool. I mean,
obviously, Celtics won the damn title, so you got to go Tatum and Brown.
Yeah.
That's 2 spots taken.
Yep.
No one else on the Celtics, right? So you'll go those 2.
You could go Celtics starting 5.
Well, I don't want to do that, though. I think
Tatum and Brown.
From what we've watched with the Patriots, and I love Christian Gonzalez, but I'm only going to give it to Drake May.
Yes, he's the best player on that. He's the only reason they are literally relevant.
They're relevant. Yes. All right, so
Drake
that's
May.
3. We got to get some. Let's get some Red Sox involved. I mean, you going Jaren Duran?
You could go Jaren Duran. I don't
hate that.
I would go Sedane Rafaela.
Oh.
I loved Rafaela's game this year.
Okay.
Now, Jaren Duran is like 5-tool player, one of the best players in baseball. Let's go Jaren Duran.
Okay.
Taking
What's
notes.
that? Is that 5?
That's 4. That's 4.
So we got one more spot?
Yeah.
We need do you go Jeremy Swayman?
After that playoff
Have a Bruin or Pasta. But I think Swayman. For this year, that playoff run, he got paid. Remember all the drama we were talking about every day with that damn contract? I think you go Jeremy Swayman. Just to try to balance it out and have a Bruin.
I would go Sway.
Right? I mean, Pasta's Pasta. It's not like he's not giving you goals, but I feel like for the year, I think it was a Jeremy Swayman Bruins year.
It was great, and then the postseason owned it. All right, I like it.
I like that 5.
So then,
it feels right.
Yeah, it's like our top
There's
5
no
most
like
listened to
omissions,
artists.
really, right? Unless you wanted to go Cora for the Red Sox instead of Duran. But
I would go Duran or Rafaela with that one.
All
what
right.
about top 4 Boston sports teams?
Okay, so we know Celtics,
especially winning the banner.
Right? They're one. I would still.
You go Bruins.
I'm still going Bruins.
Of course.
I mean, that's a playoff team. They won a playoff series, right?
You know where I'm going to go here? Boston Fleet.
Oh.
Was PWHL, obviously Boston, their first season.
I like that.
Walter Cup runner-ups.
Yeah.
Sold out Tsonga Center every night.
I like that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Celtics,
with that.
Bruins, Boston Fleet.
Yep.
So do you go Red Sox here or do you
You
go
have
Patriots?
to go Red Sox. You know why? The Red Sox were in it.
Yes.
Till the end.
And they have an actual future.
Yes, and
they
they're
have the
close.
right manager.
They're close.
They have a core.
Yeah.
They don't have just like one superstar. They have a lot of
That's
good
right.
players. Red Sox.
And people still actually go to Fenway, where it's like Gillette's increasingly a little empty.
what
Free
happens.
cola.
Don't be an hour south of the city.
I mean, there's like an echo in there now.
Build a rail system that gets people there.
We're
in
good
efficient
at
time.
this. Maybe I should switch to Spotify.
What would you go with top 3 moments? Top 3 Boston sports moments.
I mean,
number 1 is easy. Celtics.
Yeah, bro, I was at the parade.
Celtics win banner 18.
Yes, absolutely.
You could even go parade.
I mean, I was there, so I feel like it would be in my Spotify top. But Celtics winning, period. I think. Can we call it the Drake May saga? Meaning, like, I would want to encompass all things Drake May. I would want to encompass the drafting of
Put it there.
Sitting, and then
he
comes in sooner than you think.
But what's like the moment?
The moment.
And when it comes to Drake May, they go,
draft.
what was the most important moment of Drake May in 2024?
It's a draft.
Drafting him.
It's a draft.
That's it. So Drake May. You know what? I go with the last one. Pasternak's Game 7 winner against the Leafs.
Yeah, that was a moment.
Off the board.
That was hard, bro.
Oh.
That was tough.
Against Toronto.
That was cool.
Ripping the Leafs
Are we
fans'
missing
hearts
any
out.
moments? Because that was
I think again you can go with the Fleet being Walter Cup runner-ups. Jaren Duran being All-Star Game MVP.
Oh, that was a moment. The Centennial game was a
Just
moment.
before the buzzer, yeah. Beating the Canadiens 6-3.
Yeah, that Pasta though, that game winner was filth. And remember, we were like, "This is his moment, finally in the playoffs." I look, if we're voting I'm probably voting Pasta here. That Durant MVP was
Jaylen
nice.
Brown buzzer beater against the Pacers in the corner.
Yeah, but we have Celtics.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
That wasn't a bigger moment
cool
than them
moment.
winning the band.
I know.
I think I go Pasta Game 7.
Okay. What? I like that.
Right?
So
That feels right to me.
then there's like character athlete, which they go like, what best describes your vibe?
Hold on. If Joey Sly had hit that 68-yarder.
No,
Just kidding. Go on.
don't even try that on me ever again. I was like, oh, he's got something here.
But what if he actually...
To
All
beat
right,
the
what were you
Colts
saying?
to get their
Character.
fourth win of the year. Character athlete. So what Spotify Rap does too is like you're listening, you as a listener.
right.
What summarizes you? Your vibe.
Oh, my God.
What athlete?
Boston athlete?
What athlete embodied the vibe of Boston last year?
Bro, I think you have to say Jaylen Brown, right? The moment, the stage, everyone expecting Tatum, and then
Him
it was
being
like quiet Jaylen Brown.
Put his head down, worked.
Yeah, bro, very Boston.
Best player in the playoffs in the finals.
And then was shocked when he got accolades. Like
Yeah.
Boston people are like, you don't have to pat me on the back.
Yeah.
But then when you get it, you're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
cool. I think Jaylen Brown. Right?
I go JB.
Right?
I agree.
Just feels very Boston to me.
Durant in a way of very underrated player nationally in MLB, improved vastly. And again, Boston's like, hey, you F up, how do you bounce back? Don't quit.
Yeah.
And everything he went through with his mental health struggles, his struggles in general when he first got to the bigs,
Yeah.
to become one of the best players in baseball last season.
Sure.
You go Jaren Durant as well.
Very Boston too. So then don't they do like a future, like what's next? What's next year for you?
What would you want? What's next?
Juan Soto living, breathing, thriving in Boston.
Partying in Jamaica Plains and Roslyn
Yeah.
with us.
Just yes.
South of Boston.
Juan, just come on, baby. We already love you here. Like, all you gotta do is show up, man. Juan Soto showing up to Boston.
You see that wall over there in right field? It ain't far. You'll hit nukes.
Come on, Juan.
You like to spray? Huh. How about some
you hear 'em,
missiles off the big green monster?
You hear him, Juan? You love championships, baby. This is called the city of champions. Come on.
You kind of went Dave Chappelle there.
Did I?
What
I'm just trying to. I need Juan. Someone tag Juan in this clip, please.
I got sticking socks, Sedaine, Rafaela, Gold Glove.
Oh,
I love Rafaela.
I could
He's
see
so
that.
good. Well, he got snubbed.
Yeah, he did get snubbed.
So that's what I want to see in the future. Rafaela.
I like that. This was good. You know what, man? That's it. Pandora, screw you. You're fired.
You're gonna do that to Pandora?
Yeah, Spotify, I'm in. Just for this.
Bro, you opened up the show saying, you know what it says about me? I'm a loyalist.
And then at the end of the
You
show,
just
I turned
fired
my
it.
back.
Know what this show's about you?
I'm such a Benedict Arnold turncoat.
Yeah. I'm like, what is going on here? Look at me. I'm so loyal. Just fired.
And then the end of the show, I fire him.
He's Travis Thomas. I'm George Balekji. This was Boston's End of the Chat in the PNC Bank studio.
Turn that
they're
damn
gonna-
buzzer off.
Thank you. This is Boston's End of the Chat. Wherever you get the podcast, Spotify, Apple, Amazon Prime. Please like, subscribe, download, rate, review. If you're watching on Netson's YouTube page, hit the subscribe button as well. He's Double T. I'm GB. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, everyone.